Hello and welcome to HBM's Crypto Corner for Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. We have quite a few things to talk about, so let's get started. First of all, it appears that we do have a new report, a hot report, from the Rocky Boy Reservation in Montana. Matt Moneymaker was the investigator on this. Individuals said, I honestly didn't believe in Bigfoot. I always thought the videos on the internet were faked. I thought maybe he was a spirit because I'm Native American. I'm also an Army veteran. What I saw him was like a huge black gorilla, but he also looked like a man. He was about 8 to 9 foot in height. That's just my estimation. He also had black skin and hair all over his body, but the thing about it was it looked like it was combed. His hair was clean. It was like he took care of himself. So weird because I've seen so many videos of people talking about he stinks bad. I never smelled anything. He was so big compared to my brother and I. One thing I noticed about him was his physique. He was in shape. You could see his six-pack, his huge chest, and his arms. Now this witness was out there with his brother, his wife, his girlfriend. His brother's wife, I should say. Not his wife. his girlfriend as well. There is a video right here, but it really doesn't show much of anything. I'm not going to play the video. You guys can do that for yourselves. You guys can check the video out for yourselves. It's a 6-minute video, so I'm not going to play it. I'm not going to play it. But if you see the video, if you play the video and you see something, if you do see something in it, let me know, because I really couldn't see much in it myself. Now, there may be others who can see something. I couldn't see anything. Perhaps if I'd widescreened it, maybe I could have seen something. I don't know. Anyway, interesting report if it's credible. And I wouldn't see any reason why it wouldn't be credible. The reactions of the witnesses seem to be pretty genuine. They also said they saw eyes in the bushes about 10 minutes before it happened. So we started wood knocking, which we didn't get a response, but it must have worked. Anyway, I'll let you guys take a look at this report. It will be in the description box below. Ohio Bigfoot Conference reveals local sightings and intriguing theories. In a recent video posted by the YouTube channel Small Town Monsters, a thrilling encounter with a Sasquatch was captured on camera. The video, titled Sasquatch Attacked My RV, Paranormal Horizons, follows the team as they investigate an RV park in Salt Fork State Park, Ohio, an area known for its high Bigfoot activity. It just goes into describing what was seen. I have not watched this video yet. I'm going to have to definitely take a look at it. It's something brand new from Small Town Monsters. Let's see how long this is.
Joe, what was that flash?
Yeah, I caught it on camera.
He's trying to step on it.
So what you're saying is we're in the woods in the middle of the night, no flashlights on,
Right.
looking for an 8-foot hominid that doesn't exist,
Yeah.
that has the strength of 10 people, and now we have to worry about radiation.
Absolutely.
Radiation? What? Okay, I don't understand that. I guess I'd have to watch it to see what they're talking about. Are they talking about the radiation from the Sasquatch? I don't know. Anyway, this link will also be below so you guys can take a look at it. Looks like it could be pretty interesting. And hey, it's from Small Town Monsters. They never done anything bad yet, so I don't expect them to start now. Here's kind of a blast from the past, but it may be more modern in what's going on. Bigfoot sightings surge in Little Eagle, South Dakota. Unusual behavior confirmed. Now, the reason I say a blast from the past, because way back in 1977, there was a series of reports in that same area. And even the local constable there, Verlin Vio, had said he saw something. And that he had found tracks in that area. A wave of chilling encounters with Bigfoot has swept through the small town of illegal South Dakota, leaving its residents in a state of fear and uncertainty. Located near the Standing Rock Indian Reservation, this once tranquil hamlet has become the site of numerous sightings of these mysterious creatures, with 28 reports coming in over the past 2.5 months. The residents of Little Eagle are no strangers to tales of Bigfoot, but the concentrated activity in recent months has turned their quiet lives into a waking nightmare. Reports of eerie guttural screams, like those of coyotes twisted into something unearthly, fill the air, and massive humanoid footprints have been found in the frozen mud near the riverbank. The creatures are described from anywhere from 6 to 9 feet tall, with muscular frames weighing between 600 and 900 pounds. Some are dark and hulking, while others are pale and almost spectral in the moonlight.
Welcome to my channel, where we dive into dramatized, eerie tales of the unexplained and true encounters that blur the line between myth and reality. From the shadowy forests of Idaho to the mysterious depths of Lake Champlain, and even the chilling mountains of Montana, these stories will leave you questioning what's really out there. If you love a good mystery and tales that send a shiver down your spine, please like and subscribe to my channel so I can continue sharing these incredible stories with you. Let's uncover the unknown together. Little Eagle, South Dakota. A suffocating fear has settled over the remote hamlet, a place where the isolation of the Standing Rock Indian Reservation once meant tranquility. Now, it's a place where whispers of terror spread faster than the wind off the Grand River. 3 monstrous creatures, Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or something far worse, have claimed the surrounding cottonwoods as their hunting ground, and they're not just being seen, they're being felt. Since early September, a staggering 28 sightings of these enormous, humanoid creatures have been reported. Witnesses describe them as anywhere from 6 to 9 feet tall, their muscular frames weighing between 600 and 900 pounds. Some are dark and hulking, others pale and almost spectral in the moonlight, and one, described as smaller, seems to prowl with a cunning that chills hunters and skeptics alike. Little Eagle's 60 residents are no strangers to tales of Bigfoot, but the concentrated activity in the last 2.5 months has turned their quiet lives into a waking nightmare. Reports of eerie guttural screams, like coyote howls twisted into something unearthly, pierce the nights. Footprints larger than any man could leave have been found pressed into the frozen mud near the riverbank, their depth suggesting a weight no human could match. Gary Alexander, the stoic owner of the town.
So this is pretty recent, I suppose. This is actually from this year, from 2024. As I said, there were reports way back in 1977. And there was even a Newsweek story about those reports, which was put into the Halloween edition of the Newsweek edition of the Newsweek magazine. Of course, we know Newsweek magazine put out a special edition exclusively on Bigfoot a few years ago, way back in 2015. So, what's going on in Little Eagle, South Dakota? You guys can take a look at the video for yourself and read the story for yourself. Again, this link will be below in the description. John Green's Sasquatch Skepticism and Early Explorer Encounters. A recent video from the YouTube channel Creek Devil caught my attention as the host discussed a compelling argument from John Green's book Year of the Sasquatch. Green addresses the assumption that Sasquatch couldn't have existed throughout history without being seen, and if it had been seen, it would be common knowledge. The host emphasizes Green's point that this assumption may not be accurate, as early explorers, trappers, and prospectors might have seen such creatures, but chose not to share their experiences due to disbelief or fear of being labeled as liars. Green illustrates this concept with a letter to the editor of True magazine, printed after they ran an article about Sasquatch-like phenomena in California. The letter was from a man whose grandfather prospected for gold in the 1850s in the region known as the Snowman's Home. The grandfather claimed to have seen hairy giants near Mount Shasta, which crushed a 20-foot section of sleigh against a tree. This story is a prime example of how early accounts of Sasquatch-like creatures might have been dismissed or forgotten. Interesting. Now, Will Jevning is the host of the Creek Devil show, and he was a contemporary of John Green and Rene Dahinden. So he's very familiar with what happened way back then. Looks like it could be a pretty interesting program. Let you guys check it out for yourselves. Discovery of lost large-headed human species, Homo juliensis, challenges accepted ideas on early hominin evolution. Humanity's ancient history may be far more intricate than previously known, according to new findings that reveal an intriguing possibility. Early Homo sapiens may have lived alongside another variety of large-brained ancient humans, which researchers call Homo juliensis. The research, which involves hominin fossils associated with Eastern Asia's late Quaternary, could be poised to reshape our understanding of hominin evolution and suggests a far greater diversity amid distinctive early human populations, raising challenges to traditional evolutionary models. Provocative paleoanthropology. In recent decades, the discovery of new hominins, the taxonomic tribe consisting of humans and our ancient, now extinct close relatives, has dramatically expanded in the early human family tree. The discoveries involve a range of early hominin species, including past discoveries like Homo floresiensis, Homo luzonensis, and Homo longi, showcasing the significant morphological variability among early archaic human types. So apparently it looks as if this is a brand new discovery of another hominin species. Is it related to Sasquatch and other mystery hominoids? We really don't know for sure. Be interested to see if it was, but I'm doubtful of that. But you never know. There could be some sort of correlation, perhaps. We really don't know for sure. But it's an interesting discovery. And who knows what other discoveries will be made in the future. Loch Ness Monster. This is from the Loch Ness Monster Mystery, or LochNessMystery.blogspot.com. No, Dr. Burton. I suspect most of us were not around in May 1962. Back then, Tim Dinsdale had taken his famous film, The Loch Ness Investigation Phenomena Bureau, was ramping up, and the story of the Loch Ness Monster was being taken up anew by the press. 2 books had been published by then from both sides of the debate. Those were Dinsdale's Loch Ness Monster and Maurice Burton's The Elusive Monster. Burton was a believer in a large unknown creature in the loch right up to the late 1950s, but turned about the time of Dinsdale's film and produced his first skeptical work on the subject. In fact, Burton became a bit of a boogeyman to Nessie people across that decade, as he regularly wrote against any notion of plesiosaurs or anything else exotic in the loch. Alex Campbell was no different in that regard. Alex was a bit of a spokesman for the creature throughout that time, though he rarely wrote on the subject and confined his talking to encouraging other monster hunters, writing for the local Inverness Courier and giving interviews to the media when they turned up at the loch, which was no surprise, as he was always at the loch while other well-known hunters tended to only be there for weeks at a time. After Burton's book was released, Campbell wrote an article for the Scots magazine in May 1962, carrying the same title as this short blog posting. The scans I took of the image are below for readers to look over, and I will only add a few comments after the passage of 62 years. Campbell devotes some words to Burton's theory about decaying vegetables' mats propelled by gases of putrefaction. And this is an article which was written about this Dr. Burton individual, who originally was a believer but became a skeptic. Very interesting. I wonder how that happens. I suppose unless you actually see something and have a sighting yourself, you do tend to be a bit skeptical. I find that I'm pretty skeptical of a lot of stuff these days, even though I had my own Sasquatch sighting back in 1998 of a white one. And you guys know all about it. I've talked about it before on this show. So it appears that Dr. Burton did a complete 180 on Nessie. Not to say we don't need skeptics. I think we do to keep us honest. But it's just interesting the complete 180 he made in his thinking on Nessie. Very fascinating. Finally, I want to share something with everybody. Unfortunately, we had not a death, fortunately, but an unfortunate some injuries to Craig Woolheater. He's at home resting semi-comfortably under the care of his personal nurse, Andrea. As you can probably imagine, I'm sore all over, covered with bruises. The ER prescribed Tylenol 3 and cyclobenzaprine. He has to wear a neck collar until he sees a neurologist. Unfortunately, the only appointment until after the first of the year is not until December 23rd. So the waiting begins. Not much of an update. Says he does remember how the fall happened. Walking up the stairs with one hand full, a little over halfway up the 25-step staircase. Left foot didn't fully land on the step. Back of his foot was more off the step than on. As he raised his right foot to take the next step, he hobbled backwards, down to the ground floor landing. His head was bent at an awkward angle against the wall, as he was resting on the floor. He imagines that's what fractured his C2 vertebrae. Signing off now to take another nap. Sheesh. Now this is the staircase he fell down, unfortunately. That's how it happened. He fell down some stairs, injured himself pretty badly. Here's some stitches and some staples in his head. Oh gosh. And a neck brace as well. Now he does have a GoFundMe. I'm going to link that also, so you guys can try and help Craig out with his medical bills. He can certainly use it. He has no insurance, unfortunately. So he's relying on donations through his GoFundMe. because he has no insurance, which is unfortunate. And that's why it's important to have insurance, I think. I mean, I realize some people can't afford it, but still, it's never a good idea to not have insurance, not have health insurance. So I'm going to share this for everybody on Craig's behalf. And just say a prayer for him tonight, or think some good vibes for him if you're not much of a praying person. At least think some good vibes for our good friend Craig Woolheater. He really needs it. And that's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are the heart of the show. I always say that, but I always mean it. And I'll continue to do as you guys want me to. Oh, and by the way, all the tickets and the initial ticket sales, the tickets have sold out for the 2025 Ohio Bigfoot Conference. Mark had the ticket sale this past Saturday. It looks like it went pretty well, although at first people couldn't get to the link and couldn't get on to buy tickets originally. But Mark solved that problem for everybody, and those who needed tickets got them. At least the initial wave. Now usually Mark will release a second wave of tickets, usually around January or February. So for those who are still looking to get a ticket, there's your answer right there. Oh, and speaking of this show, there will be shows Christmas week and New Year's week. They'll be on Monday, but there will be shows. So I'm not taking a break. I'm not taking a break from the show. I may take a break maybe in February. Maybe a 1 week break, but that's about it. But I enjoy doing this so much that I feel like I don't need a break right now from it, because I enjoy doing it so much. I mean, it's pleasurable for me. It's not stressful. So, and I enjoy doing it. I enjoy giving you guys the latest updates on what's going on in the cryptid world. And I'll continue to do this for many more years. I anticipate I'll be doing this for quite a long, for hopefully the rest of my life. So, until next week, y'all be good or be good at. This is HBM's Crypto Corner.